So I just hiked for a whole day to get to the bottom of this cliff to find some dude on Facebook's drone, and I ended up finding heaps of cool stuff.
Drone graveyard.
So he made a post on Facebook saying he had lost it at the bottom of this cliff face, which is right next to Hanging Rock. And Hanging Rock is this cool spire of sandstone in the Blue Mountains of Australia, which a lot of people go to get cool shots like this. I spent a while looking up the possible routes that I could take in order to get there, and I ended up going with the longer but more definitive route because the shorter routes that I was looking at, I wasn't 100% sure I would be able to make, while the longer and most likely much harder route, I was sure that I would be able to eventually get there. And that was what was most important to me. I wanted to get there and I wanted to find this drone. So anyway, enough of me talking. Here's the video of me doing that.
I'm a fair bit later than I should have been because I slept in, but that's alright. And we got to enjoy this beautiful fog just covering everywhere. Should be there in about an hour and we'll head off. I'm really late and the road's closed, so I'm gonna have to walk more.
I got warm gear and wet weather gear, a spare bag to carry stuff, first aid, TLB, sunscreen, mosquito repellent and some flagging tape, gloves, top end map, electronics bag that has a battery bank and head torch in it, 2 litre water bladder, 1 litre water bottle, and I can always fill up at the Growth Valley if I need to. I got gaiters, all my food and my snacks. So this is definitely a little overkill for a day trip, but it's been a while since I've done a hike like this, so it just made me feel comfortable that if I had to spend the night there, I could, though that was definitely not the plan.
Get going. It's gonna be annoying to walk back up. Starting the walk here at 8:10 AM with changed track conditions. So we've got our first glimpse of Hanging Rock. You can see it. There's my finger right there. So we've just got to come down here, down into the valley, walk along the floor, and then do this part here, which is undoubtedly going to be the worst part here. I took this route because I wanted to avoid getting wet. Turns out the river's quite high, and so it got wet. Probably should have just gone through Crayfish Canyon. It took me about an hour to get down here, about 9 o'clock. Wandering around the river, trying to find a dry creek crossing. Fair few trees down since the last time I came out this way. Because I can't see the cliffs up there, I'm actually using the cliffs back here that I started on to kind of gauge where I am in reference to Hanging Rock. Still got a little bit to go. So I've just caught a glimpse of it there. This is likely to be Hut Hill Creek. And it goes up to just between there where there's like a little waterfall lookout canyon thing that you can actually come down. Just sit down here for a minute to decide the best way to get up there. So I might just put my other pants on and just give it a crack really. Not too far off, maybe 100 meter. That's it just behind me. So close. It's so far. Okay. Here we go. Bit of a drone graveyard. Another little drone, and up there, it's another one. That's 4 drones so far. They all seem to kind of end up in this general area.
Now the funny thing is, as I started to find more drones, it dawned on me that I actually have no idea what his specific drone looks like, because while we had been in contact, I never said that I was going to definitively go and look for it. and the decision to go on this day was really spur of the moment, so I never got the chance to contact him to get a picture of his drone. So I'm just hoping in amongst all the drones that I find that one of them is his.
Some rubbish to be expected. It's a weird shiny thing down here. I don't know what this is. Probably used for slack lining. I'm not going to pick those ones up. Common theme is they all have their batteries smashed out. I'd love to find them so I can take them with me, but I mean, even spotting these drones is quite hard. So I don't think I'm going to find the batteries. Found one. Oh, it's got all the shit in it. I'll be able to send it back to him. I'm totally full up. Drones here. And a whole bag on my side full of stuff. So I'm thinking I might have to ditch the really big stuff and just come back and abseil and collect it. And I'll scout around for any more small stuff and head back down, because this bag is just huge. I can't fit these in it and I need my hands, so I'll make a little dump point and I'll come back and collect it. Decent carpet, probably ledge protection. Oh yeah, there's another carpet there. I'll try bring them back if I can. Looks like a dual battery. Probably some bolting to the wall out of a scooter. Turns out it was the battery to a light. Found that just down here. I'm running out of time though. I'm sure there's lots of other stuff, but gotta call it. So I'm taking down what I can and what I think will be most useful. You know, that we might be able to recover footage or give back or whatever. And the rest here, leaving under shelter. And hopefully I'll come back for it. It's 1 o'clock now. And I'm gonna head back down so I don't run out of daylight, and then we head back to there, I think. Somewhere there, one of them. Having a rest break here on this rock. I've not come too far. It's just pretty tiring. That last section that I went through, you can't see the floor, so there's a lot of like, you know, you'll step onto like a really high rock. Oh, mosquito. Alright, I'm getting out of here. I've just made it down. It's 2:49. 3:32. So I'm gonna cross the creek, have lunch on the other side. Feeling very tired. It's 4 o'clock, 4:06. I've decided to just start going up slowly, and I'm going to eat my apple along the way. That way, hopefully, I'll be up by 6 p.m. We'll see.
So I obviously made it back safe, and here's the track log if you want to get an idea of the day I had. This is all the loot that I found and that I took back with me. So I only took one of these home because it was so bulky just to get it out of the bush, but I did check all the drones for a memory card and none of these big ones had any. I took a bunch of small stuff like this plastic bowl and such. There was a clip which I assume was used in slacklining or highlining. Another little DJI drone which didn't have a memory card either. So I've still got this and I don't know what to do with it. I thought maybe someone could use it for parts, but they're probably pretty water damaged. Luckily, this drone was the drone of the person who lost it, and it made sense given it was the newest and in best condition. This drone did have a memory card in it, which is awesome. There was a camera module off one of the drones that crashed. And then finally, there was the iPhone, which had all of the person's details on the cards in the back. So first things first, I organized to meet up with the person who lost their drone. We met up at a park, we had a chat, I gave him his drone, he gave me the reward money back, and so I'm super stoked to be able to return it. The second was the iPhone, and since the cards had all the person's details on it, I figured this is going to be the next easiest to return. Out of curiosity, I decided to give it a clean up and see if it still worked. I took off the case and the screen protector and I plugged it in, and to my surprise, it worked perfectly. So with the case and the screen protector, it not only survived the fall, but however long it was sitting down there. So in order to find them, I got their driver's license and then I searched Facebook for someone with the same name that looked the same as them and that was also in the same location. I sent them a message and I was like, have you lost a phone recently? And obviously they were like, oh my gosh, no way. They were like, no, you deserve money. No, I'm gonna give you some money. So I was like, okay, that's fine, but wait till I at least give you the phone so you're not just giving me money for nothing. So on the way back from a TAFE course in the Blue Mountains, I took a detour to their house and I dropped it off in their letterbox. And the reason I mention all of that is because after dropping it off and them receiving it, they never ended up paying me any money. I just found it a little bit annoying that the person that was so persistent on wanting to give me money never ended up giving me any money. I don't know why that was the case. Maybe they were scared I wouldn't return the phone, so they were using the payment as an incentive. Because I mean, that phone could be resold for quite a lot of money. It was still in good nick. So I really don't know what to go with that was. Maybe they're a Lost Mountains crew. I don't know what it is, but if you really want to give someone money, just give it to them then and there. Don't preach about it and then not give them. We'll assume the best that they just forgot. So that's the phone done, and the only thing remaining that I could possibly return was the drone with the memory card in it. So I pulled out the memory card and I found a picture they had taken a selfie with the drone of themselves. And it was a bit of a long shot, but I posted that selfie on Facebook saying, does anyone know who this person is? And surprisingly, I instantly got a result saying, yeah, it's this dude. So I messaged them on Facebook and they were like, wow, yeah. And they gave me an address to return it to. And now this one's on me. So I had packaged up the drone and I'd got it all ready to ship. But this was during kind of the end of COVID where I was still doing all my deliveries through printed out labels and then just dropping them off the mailbox. And because this drone may have had lithium in it, or at least that was what I assumed, they wouldn't let me do that. They wanted me to go in store and get it checked. And they're from another state. They were quite far away, so I couldn't deliver it myself either. So this is totally on me. I've just been too lazy to go into a post office in store and sort this shipping arrangement out. So I'm sorry if you're watching this. Hopefully you haven't changed address and hopefully I will one day ship it back to you. And that's really it. Now, I've still got some of this stuff and I don't really know what to do with it. So if you want to drop a comment, if you want any of it, I'm happy to send it to you. I've got the little drone, I've got the camera module, I've got the big drone, but I'm pretty sure that's useless and I'm just going to throw it out. I've also got the clip, which is still functional, but I wouldn't put my life on it anymore, but it could still be used for something. So let me know. And that's my trip to the bottom of Hanging Rock. I'm really curious to see if anyone else has actually been there, because I just recently talked to someone who actually had to stay the night there because their group got a bit lost. And I know that there's a path nearby that takes you into the valley and that the canyon on the west can also wrap around underneath it, but I don't think too many people have done it, or maybe they have, I don't know, please let me know. And that's really it for the video, so take it easy.